Well, I knew the sun was going to come up a little later because I'm in a canyon and it has to come up over that canyon wall. In my normal spot, the sun's already up. You can see it. But it's creeping up over the ridge here. I wanted to come here because there's a river that just cuts right down through this canyon very nicely. But what I like about what I'm seeing today is there's all these indicators. We're on a pretty popular trail, by the way, so we'll have some joggers and bikers coming. You can see the sun playing off the walls around us, right? I kind of want to talk about hope and optimism today. At those times when the sun's not there and visible clearly, or the good thing is not there visible clearly, but there are signs that are showing us that it's on the way, it's coming. Things are moving in the right direction. And here we got some river going by. There's some really good fly fishing in this river, by the way. The Rocky Mountains are pretty good for that out here in the west. A lot of times we focus on the negative. We'll walk back down the trail. There's a surprise at the end here. Then we'll turn back around and catch more of the sun as it comes up. A lot of times we focus in on the negative. That's a pretty natural thing to do. We see the thing that's wrong. I remember a friend of mine once pulled out a piece of paper. Maybe some of you have had this example shown. But it's a white piece of paper, and it just has a little dot that he made with his pen. He said, "Chris, what do you see?" He says, "I see the dot." He says, "You only see what's wrong with the paper. Do you not see the rest of the perfectly fine white area on the paper, ready to be used, because it's in pristine condition still?" I went, I focused on the dot. That part of our brain that focuses on the negative, it serves a purpose. If it didn't, evolution would have cut it out long time ago. But things like anxiety, envy, fear, those negative things, those negative emotions, they do serve a purpose. They're actually there to help us. But we have to know that they're a tool to help us and not just get stuck in them. And we have to use the other tools, the other emotional and mental tools at our disposal to recognize them, ask, what is it you're trying to get me to understand that's out of balance in my life or that hasn't been addressed? There's a saying that says, if you can name it, you can tame it. It goes with a lot of our emotions and feelings, or other odd phenomena that are happening. Some systems work is this way too. You can name the system and understand what's happening in the system. Then you can use it, right? Where does optimism and hope come from? It comes from the work of facing these negative emotions and feelings and starting to understand them instead of letting them just rule you or or take control of your life. Just because you have that fear doesn't mean you're a coward. Just because you have that anxiety doesn't mean you can't still do the thing that you know you need to do that's hard to do. Just because you have that envy doesn't mean you can't appreciate the person who, and applaud the person who got the thing you didn't get, right? They did a study on Olympic athletes and the gold, silver, and bronze winners. And the saddest person on that podium every time is the silver winner, because he's looking up at the gold winner thinking, if I was just a little faster, if I just pushed off a little harder, I'd be there wearing that gold medal. If I would have just worked a little harder in my training, or if Michael Phelps was just sick today, I'd have a gold medal instead of the silver. But the bronze medalist, or the gold medalist, he's the second most unhappy person, because he's arrived and he doesn't know what to do after he's arrived at the goal, and says, well, what now? And he's kind of in a numb state. There's a depression that sets in with a lot of these athletes after. But the happiest guy on the podium is that bronze medalist, because from his perspective, he's looking at the other guys. There's another 50 guys, or if you look at the course of all the trials and everything, thousands of people that he got better than, and he's going, well, I'm lucky to be here with the bronze. He's looking the other way at all the other people who would love to be in his spot, whereas the silver is only looking at the gold, thinking, gosh, I'd rather be in his spot. I think it's important to teach optimism. Looking back on my parenting style, I don't know that I've done that as well as I should. I talked to my kids about a world full of opportunities and a lot of great things to get involved in and discover and find a love in. But I also talked to them about the hard things and some of the big picture things. I've had some of my kids tell me, I remember when you talked to me about this, big political issue, or this big current event issue, and it scared the crap out of me, Dad. And I went, oh no, I don't want to do that. I should have taken more time to teach them how great because there is a good side of all of it. And when you learn to see the good side first and then the shadow negative side, you often can deal with it in a healthier way of, yeah, but there's still this good side. It's worth working through because of the good. We know it's not perfect, but it is, arguably good, versus starting with everything's crap. Yeah, but there's this good side too. No, I've already started in the negative. It's crap. It's not worth working towards that little bit of good you tell me about. If we're already on the negative side of things, how do we work towards being more hopeful, more optimistic? We can set reminders. You put little alarms that go off that remind you to be optimistic. You can choose an optimism song that when it plays, it reminds you, I should be more optimistic. Heck, you can change your password on your computer to something that reminds you to be more optimistic. You can make a Post-it note. You can surround yourself with more optimistic people. One of the most optimistic groups I've ever been involved with was an entrepreneurial launchpad group. It was a little cohort that tried to help people start businesses and grow businesses. Here was a group of people who were just so excited to take their idea out to the world, full of hope and optimism, and just the the determination to make it work. What's the thing that you want to make it work in your life? What's the thing that you want to build to another level or rescue from where it's at? Is it your relationship with your spouse or kids? Is it your connection to God or nature? Is it your career to improve or rescue it from where it's at? Is it your mental health or your physical health? It's kind of bounced around between a few things here. Optimism, I wanted it to be more like that. There's definitely signs around you that the sun is coming, that the good things are coming, that the opportunities are coming. The more you see it and believe it, the more you can approach it. But there's certain mindset things. I'm just going to give you two more stories. One coach I know, she's fantastic. She's just so full of just warmth and encouragement and optimism, and she's got really good tools too. She's really good at breaking things down. She talked about looking at the good that others have achieved or have received in their lives and turning it around. Instead of "why not me," she created a new saying and says, "That's for me. One day. That's for me too. Just because I don't have it yet doesn't mean it won't happen." And she kind of does this thing where she thanks the person and says, "I'm glad you showed me that's possible, because that means I can do it too. Good for you for getting that thing, for having that, life where you have the extra time with your kids, the financial freedom to build businesses, donate significantly to charity. I can do that too. You showed me it's possible. That's for me." And then the other one is my mom. My mom used to say, most of us grow up with is the glass half empty or half full? Depends on your perspective. My mom's saying was, well, when you walk in a barn and step in poop, you can go, "Oh no, I stepped in poop." Or you can say, "Oh, there's a horse in here somewhere." In her mind, having a horse was definitely a good thing. So I got to say, in my mind, it's kind of a good thing too. There's the optimism. There's a sign that something good is around the corner. Maybe that sign's a big piece of poop that you stepped in. But it can either be, "Oh, gross," or it can be, "Let's go find the horse and have an adventure." Would you look at that? You see the upper fall up there too. Kind of comes in three sections here. There, you see that part on the top? It's quite a ways up there. See the sun just poking out. You look up tall, you'd see the moon still out even. Have you ever noticed that out west, the waterfalls are so vertical and dramatic? You get like Bridal Veil Fall in Yosemite Park, or McElway Fall along Highway 101 down by Carmel, California, or Big Sur. Multnomah Falls in just outside of Portland. Just big vertical falls, because the mountains out here are typically straight up. Out east, you get kind of this horizontal run on their waterfalls. You get some of that out west too, but out west it's mostly these just pop out of nowhere waterfalls. Maybe one or two of the things I said today sticks with you. Maybe you can change a little your perspective on some of the signs around you that could be negative. Change them to be a positive. We're still not quite to where the sun's all the way out, but that sky's a lot more blue. And the canyon walls on the other side are lit up. We know what's coming. You know, it's going to be a fine day. I hope you have things in your life that inspire you, make you want to try harder, make you want to explore an adventure, really fall in love with something and someone. I'm going to leave it there. Have a great day.